Alright, next up on the chopping block, of course, the long-awaited character introduction for Topaz and Numby. Topaz, a senior manager of the Strategic Investment Department in the Interastral Peace Corporation and leader of the Special Debts Picket Team. I'm Topaz, very pleased to meet you. I'm an employee of the IPC Strategic Investment Department, and I'm currently in charge of collection of special debts. If you have any information about certain planets being in debt, come find me. We provide fantastic rewards for tips. Ahem, we shouldn't talk about business today. Time waits for no one. Let's begin with the questions. Alright. And they finally have given us the meat and potatoes of Topaz. Her kit. This is gonna be great. I'm excited to read this. I already know, well, we already know Topaz's kit, right? But we get to see some nice displays of it laid out for us, along with some extra lore here. So it's gonna be pretty cool. So obviously, Topaz, I love this character. I loved everything about her character design. I love Numby. It's so like cute and like the concept is pretty cool. I love that she's fire. I love that it's gonna fit into my Himiko team very nicely. I love that her lore actually during her quest, I found out that she's actually the most scumbag person that I think has been in the entire Honkai Star Rail series. She is literally the definition of a scumbag. I'm just gonna say it. If you've played through the market, the peace market or whatever mission, this Trailblaze Continuance mission, you'll find out that she is literally like evil. And he was literally like extorting Bellabog for their potential value, their potential market value. But anyways, I love this splash art, very cool, or whatever this is. What do you call this? I don't really know what you call this. But yeah, very cool. It looks like, what is this? Is she like sitting on top of like a world or like a globe or something? I can't tell what that is in the back. But I do think this is very cool. You see like a little whatever these are, like the I don't know why I'm like, you know, whether she's holding some gold orb. She's got the diamond logo on her. The diamond is like the strategic investment department like division or whatever, I guess. But yeah, very, very cool. So let's go ahead and read. I'm gonna have to zoom in here. Whoa. Not that much. If I zoom in too much here, it looks like we're good. We're good. No more zooming. God, I have to use my freaking mouse to scroll. Did we already read this in the tweet? We already read this in the tweet. I'm not reading that again. All right. We'll read this part. About Numby. Numby is a warp trotter and the best partner I've ever had. They're a real gold eater. It took feeding Numby several extremely precious items for them to follow me back aboard my ecological ship. However, after eating these treasures, their biology and intellect showed drastic signs of development, causing them to be able to find even more treasures. Naturally, this also made them capable of helping me accomplish more complicated jobs. Of course Numby has a salary. They're a formal employee of the IPC. I wonder what Numby's salary actually is. By the way, aside from Numby, my ecological starship has lots of pets from all kinds of different star systems. Though their needs and natural habitats are quite different, they get along really well. Look, here's a video of them roughhousing. Aren't they adorable? I would love to see that, but they don't show that to me. Do you have any advice about investing? You asked the right person. Though, the best thing I can do is give you no advice at all. Don't get me wrong. From my experience, most people won't properly heed suggestions from other people until they encounter a few setbacks. Investing is the same as most other things. You have to make mistakes during actual practice to build up your experience. Start with small investments, and if you're doing well, build up from there. Investing needs patience, above all else, because only long-term and high-value investments can net you steady returns on the ever-capricious tides of the market. If you're unsure, you can entrust your investments into the Strategic Investment Department. You can always trust our picks. Alright, so like Vanguard, like an investment firm. I like that. I might give them a few million credits to invest for me. It's said that your climb up to the IPC's ranks is staggering. There are lots of different factors at play here. Aside from the IPC's favor and help of my coworkers, I also had plenty of luck. The only other contributing element is probably my love for this job. Before I get up from bed in the morning, I spend some time thinking about what I need to do for this day, about debts on the verge of expiring, about audit requirements I need to work with, and risk analysis reports to update. Thinking of how my work can make people's lives better fills me with motivation. Wait, is Topaz actually delusional? Does she actually think she's helping people? Does this girl actually think she's doing something good for the society? Is that right? Is that right? Does she actually think that? Do I have any advice for new employees? Honestly, it depends varying on the person, but I think everyone can appreciate a little sincerity. Treating coworkers and clients honestly is my #1 rule. At the same time, I'd like others to be honest with me as well, haha. Of course, that's not the way things go a lot of the times. Alright, valid. About your homeworld. Now we're getting a little deeper into the background knowledge. Good question you make though. It was a planet filled with extreme air pollution. LA. My childhood memories were filled with respirators, smog, and a lifeless wilderness. So LA. But after the IPC provided and implemented an environmental restorative plan, the planet's ecology has gradually recovered, and it's now a world of clean waters and clear skies, flourishing with verdant life. On the other hand of this transaction, everyone on the planet are now permanent lifelong employees of the IPC. Wow, but the trade was more worth it from what I can see. That's crazy, bro. They literally enslaved everybody so that they could better their planet. That's whack. Okay. Now back down here, we have her animations. Now this is a topic of contention for a lot of YouTubers, especially Gotcha Smack, was kind of complaining about how her how they reused some of her animations for multiple of her attacks. But we're about to see if they changed any of those, which they probably did after all the backlash. The Honkai Star Rail devs have done a great job of responding to the community, so I would not be surprised at all. I haven't seen this yet. So this is her idle animation. She's just sitting there, and Numby's there. Numby teleports into her arms, hugging Numby. Numby's like, and then teleports away. Alright, so it's like a loop, infinite loop. Very cool. This is her talent. Are they gonna show us her basic attack? They don't. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe her talent and her basic attack are the same animation, or they were, and that was the topic of debate, or at least the topic of like that's why they were complaining, I guess. But if you just take a look at this, it looks pretty cool. I mean, so Numby flies out and then berates them with like a tornado. There's coins flying out. Matches the theme of the character. I like it. Oh, this is her technique. When she uses her technique, this is what it does to the nearby warp trotters. It like kind of stuns them. This could be a meta for the swarm disaster. It's like trotter thing. I'm gonna be honest. This is her ultimate. Very cool looking. Bing. She sends Numby out. Numby makes the stock go up or whatever. I like that. Now, you'll notice in like literally all of these, Topaz is not doing anything. It's all Numby. Like, I've heard this joke before, but this kid is pretty much Numby and Topaz, not Topaz and Numby. Topaz is just sitting here looking pretty. Like, Numby's up here like, bring, like launching tornadoes on the enemy, like charming the nearby warp trotters for future investments, like, and then like casting this insane ultimate and like rising the stock price or whatever. Like, listen, bro. I don't know what Topaz thinks she's doing. I don't know what Topaz thinks she's all at, but Numby's kind of carrying. Topaz, her character design makes up for it, okay? But that was her. Cannot wait to collect Topaz and Numby. Wow, that is so. How could you objectify her like that? Can't wait to collect her. Collect, bro. She's not an item. You don't collect a Topaz. You don't collect her. You pull her. That was they're very cool kit. I like it. I think the animations could be a little better. The animations do feel a little cheap. Honestly, the animations for a lot of other characters, especially Jingliu, are better. But they could potentially change them. Even if they don't change them, I think the character is still gonna be pretty fun to play. The synergies with Himiko and everything are gonna be nice. Now, now is where I discuss why I'll be pulling for her, right? Now, obviously, we know that she boosts follow-up attack damage, right? Which is great for my character that I have an E1 of, Himiko. Unfortunately, that is the most copium thing I have to say. So the reason I'm going to pull for Topaz, though, is to not only boost my follow-up attacks for Himiko, because Himiko has a pretty nice follow-up attack, and in composition with my fire team, which currently is Himiko, Asta, Hook, and Lynx. It'll be probably instead Himiko, Asta, Topaz, and Lynx, and Topaz will take care of the single target damage. Titan, I'm not commenting on that, bro. That is not my place, bro. Feel free to voice your opinions, alright? Actually, you know what? Feel free to not voice your opinions, actually. Do not do that. Not only will Topaz be good for my Himiko and my fire team right now, but in the future, when any future follow-up attack based characters come out, which I say in the future, there's a lot of them out now that you could have potentially and then use, but for me, Himiko is like the main one I have and use. The other ones I either are not leveled or I just don't use them, or I don't have them. But in the future, in future banners, when more characters come out that are follow-up attack based or perform good follow-up attacks, Topaz is always going to be a good synergy to just throw in that team, you know what I mean? Especially if, Topaz is, this is what everyone's saying about her, she's very future safe, is what they're calling it, right? Which basically means, well, like what I just said, if any new characters come out in the future, she's just going to be by default a good synergy with them. But in the future, Topaz as kind of a somewhat of a support / sub DPS character is gonna provide us with a lot of that, a lot of what we need for most team comps, especially those that provide follow-up attacks. Mainly those that provide follow-up attacks. You're probably not gonna put her in a team that doesn't. She's not a hyper carry character, at least in my book. She is more. I've heard she's more of a sub DPS. I wouldn't say. I've heard she's in the middle between the sub DPS and the main DPS, so similar to where Hook is at, I would say. So I think it's safe for me to just get rid of Hook in my team and put Topaz in there, and then I'll have that synergy with Asta as well. So we'll have that Himiko, Asta, and Topaz synergy, and then along with like a healer like Lynx or whatever. So I think Topaz will be a very good pickup. If you're interested in that kind of investment, I mean, it's kind of ironic. It's like it's kind of a pun, but I mean, Topaz is a good investment and a good investor. You know what I mean? But also she's hot. I mean, like that's a good way. That's a good reason to pull. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're more stat focused, then she's a good character as well. But if you're more design focused, she's a great character to pull. Alright, so that's kind of my take on Topaz, and will I pull for her? Absolutely. Will I get her? Absolutely. Topaz gonna make my account so much better, right? I'm very excited. I've got some Jades saved up. I've got some passes saved up. I've got whatever. I got my wallet saved up. I got whatever I need for this future banner. So yeah, very excited for Topaz. Hey.